Welcome. Hmm. Oh, sorry. I was trying to figure out if I'm live. So I guess in about one few seconds, it will start going. All right, it's 10 o'clock my time to my studio. Sorry about that. Welcome to my studio. It's a work in progress. Unfortunately, I am in my office because my studio is being worked on. So it's is a work in progress. Now, this is an activity that I usually use when I'm really stressed out. So let's get started. Yeah, 30 minutes, and I want to end on time. So this is called Declutter Your Thoughts. And when you first start feeling something inside you and you just want to let it out, I usually do a check-in to see what's going on with my body, what's going on with my thoughts. Do I feel something somewhere in my back, in my neck, in my head, in my hands? So I want you to think about that. How are you coming today into this session? And just give yourself a second to find yourself. Okay. I'm coming into this session with excitement, and I am so thrilled to be here. And I what I'm noticing in my body is maybe a little bit upset stomach, kind of like a little bit stress coming going on in my shoulders. And that's how I'm coming to this session today. How do you feel with this session? Are you feeling anything? Let me know in the chat. Okay. So let's move on to the next step. What you're going to need is a writing instrument, either a pen, pencil, marker, whatever you have around. Pen and a piece of paper. Always have a clipboard. I don't know, I like clipboards. So, anyhow, this is what I'm going to be using, just a piece of paper. And in this process, you don't have to talk to anyone. You don't have to worry about what you're going to do. The object is to get whatever is on your mind onto paper. I'm not going to show anyone this, so don't worry about grammar, spelling, anything. And it could just be phrases and words and maybe how you're feeling or how upset you are with somebody or how just anything that you feel like it's getting stuck somewhere in your body or in your heart or whatever. And I usually give myself 15 to 20 minutes just to like get everything off my mind. And so let's try it. I'll give you about 5 minutes to start writing, and I'm going to I'll read with you anything that's on your mind. And I'm not going to show you what I'm writing because then I'm going to show you what's on my mind. Let's go. How's everybody doing on this? But I'm not interrupting your train of thought. Let me know in the chat if how you're feeling, how you're coming to this, or maybe where are you from? That would be really kind of neat. I like to know where you're from. And if you can hear me too. and be creative. If you want to write sideways, all right. So I filled my page up almost. I'm getting there. I even drew a picture. And now that if you're not finished, you can continue to write to get this stuff off your mind. And right now I'm kind of going through having a teenager, trying to figure out how to navigate the whole parent teenager thing. So I was really focused on, like I said, relationship when I'm looking at my notes here, my scribble. And for me, I want you to think about, after you're done with this exercise, what do you want to do with this piece of paper? What attractors do you have to with this paper? Are you going to rip it up? Are you going to color over it, or throw it away, or keep it? It kind of depends how you feel. Sometimes I keep these papers, and I have a sample that I've been holding on to for quite a while. And I created a little envelope for it, and I shredded it. So I practice what I preach here. I have this time that I was really upset and just needed somewhere to put the words. And so I created an envelope for this one. I'm going to hold on to this envelope. I'm not ready to give this one away. But for teenager, I feel like I need to do something with this because it's been dragging on for quite a while. And I don't know how you are with your teens or your kids or your business partner or whatever. There's sometimes that you're just so upset, but you don't really want to say these words in front of them because it might cause some hurt. So think about what you want to do with this. I am going to rip mine up. But I think first I'm going to grab a highlighter. Yes, everybody has a highlighter sitting around, or a different color marking pen. And I'm going to add some color to this blank piece of paper, this piece of paper, and see if that sits with me. just wondering here. So I'm adding some colors, highlighters, just sitting around, maybe kind of cheer it up a bit, because I think as a parent, you need some color and some happiness, because it's hard being a parent. Okay, this is what I did to my words, decluttering my thoughts. And I only have 3 more highlighters. I added some color to it. It feels, for me, it feels like I have done something. It feels complete. I don't think I need to do anything else. I'm kind of curious, how do you feel now after doing this decluttering your mind? Just kind of curious. Do you feel a bit lighter? Do you feel like something's been taken off your chest? Kind of let me know how you feel, or just think about it. And I said I was going to rip this up and put it in the recycling bin. And hopefully this will be recycled far away from me. Working this. Feels pretty good, actually, to rip this up. Now, if I was outside, I would light it on fire, but I'm inside. I don't want to cause a house fire. This feels good. Just tear it up. Nobody has to read this. I don't think anyone can read it. Teeny pieces. This baby up. Oh, falling everywhere. Maybe that's what I need to do. I'm thinking that this would be beautiful confetti, because it's very colorful now. I wonder, what can I do with confetti? I can throw it like it's a surprise. Yeah, I think that's what I might want to do. I think I might want to throw it like confetti and see what happens. So this activity is something that I've really enjoyed doing, especially when I'm so upset and angry and I don't want to say the things that might hurt somebody. And it kind of grounds you to what's really important and be able to communicate a little bit clearer with whoever you need to talk to. And so what is everybody going to do with their piece of paper and their decluttering? Is there anything that's popping up for you? Don't be shy. Here's my confetti. And I think I'm going to throw it up in the air and see how that feels, how that lands. This is going to be 2 hands. I should step back so you can get the full effect. Okay, you ready? This is all my troubles and worries for right now. I am going to woo! That felt good. I still have some more here. Goodbye. There you go. How do you feel now? How does that sit with you? Does it make you excited? Does it just blow your mind that maybe it might work? So, when you're starting to feel that anxiety or the anxious or stress, and you just need to write it down. Just grab paper, pen, just start writing. And then the next step is, what do you want to do with the paper? Do you want to color to it? Do you want to rip it up? Do you want to put it in the shredder? Or do you want to burn it? Make sure you go outside for that and have water. You don't want to have a forest fire or any kind of fire. And see how it feels just to do that whole process. See how it makes you feel. And now I want to ask you, how do you feel now? Does it make you happy, excited? Are you feeling a little release of stress? Is that uncomfortableness that you've been holding on to? Is it a little bit, has it moved a bit? Oh, I have all of them. I want to know. You can either put it in the chat, that would be great, or you can DM me, that would be great too. I'd love to know how this activity sat with you. So, oh, I'm all covered in paper. I have about 15 more minutes, and let's go with where you can do this activity. And I usually suggest people, if they're in that mood, to write. And you can write when you're in the car, when you're parked somewhere, in the park, at work. Nobody really has to know what you're doing. It just is something to decompress and remove some of that stress that you have at that moment of your time. And my goal as an expressive art coach is to help you figure out where is that stress? What is it that is causing you to slow down, maybe to not be so excited anymore, and and have some more excitement in your life. Like this is all play and fun and excitement. So what where would you do this activity? Would you do it at work? Would you do it at home? And then what's the next thing? Would you take that piece of paper, color it, paint it, scribble all over it, put it in an envelope? What are you going to do with it? And what's the next step to that? If you put it in an envelope, are you going to hold on to it? I've held on to this for a couple of months now. And it was a poem that I wrote to myself, and I ripped it up. And I've been holding on to that for quite a while. And I'm not ready to give it away yet, or not ready to get rid of it. So you might find some time in when you're doing this decompression or decluttering, sorry, you might not want to get rid of that. You might want to hold on to it just a little bit longer, just a bit. Or you might even want to show somebody, this is what's going on with me. It all depends on how you feel. So, as an expressive art coach, we work through some of these stresses. We work through trying to make it more creative in your life, more excitement. And I've been using expressive art for 5 years now. I I've been using it pretty much my whole entire life. I love art and I love how it makes me feel. I don't consider myself an artist. I consider myself an expressive artist. And slightly different. Doesn't have to be the end product. There doesn't have to be anything. It can just be shreds of paper all over my floor now. And what am I going to do with that? I'm probably going to vacuum them up because that's the easiest thing. So, if anyone has any questions, comments, did this make, was this something that you liked? Are you going to try it at home? And if not, I will close the session off early. Just waiting for comments. If nothing, then I'm going to move on. Well, thank you so much for coming to my studio, even though it's actually my office. And hopefully, next live, it will be in my studio and I'll be able to be more expressive in there. It's kind of small in here. And I just want to thank you for your time. And if you enjoyed this live, please let me know. I am just trying this out, experimenting to see if there's any interest. And I just want to say I'll have a wonderful day. And I hope to see you on my next live. Take care.